Brown Eyed Girl by Van Morisson is one of my favorite songs. I can remember when it was on the radio and just thinking it was a fabulous song. 1967 is when the song was released. Van Morisson is one of his early songs he did as a solo artist. He had been in a group prior to that and was using this song to kind of break out of the group and be a solo artist. He, in interviews, said that he made a bad business deal, though, and that he never received any royalties for doing this song, which is crazy because it's popular and known the world over. But nevertheless, that's the way the music business goes, I guess, sometimes. Nowadays, it's played as a great cover band song. It's played at wedding receptions. Of course, you want to be sure that the bride has brown eyes if your band plays this song. He originally titled it Brown Skin Girl, and it was he thought of it as a calypso song, as a Jamaican song, and you kind of hear some of those elements in the recorded version of the song. But nevertheless, it's just a great song that everybody enjoys hearing and playing. It's fairly easy to play. So what I'm going to do is just teach you the chords to the song. In our finished version and the play-along version, we'll add some of the second guitar fills, they're called, to make it sound a bit more like the record, but it sounds pretty good just as a strum song as well. Now, believe it or not, you already know a little bit of the song, because earlier when I was teaching you how to play 2 notes at a time with your pick, I used this. Do you remember that? Right? So you know that part already, and that's how the song opens, is with that. It's done twice. Again. So you know that already. I don't need to teach you that. I think I mentioned back when I taught you that when it's played on the record, it's actually played up an octave from that. So if it sounds funny here, maybe it'll sound more familiar up here. Then he does this. This is kind of a crazy version of D. And then it repeats. So I'm not going to teach you that per se, but you can play around with that if you like. It's certainly not that hard to play. Very similar to here. So it's not the strumming part, it's more the lead guitar fill part. But anyway, that's how it's played, and that's how you can play it yourself if you want to kind of work on that. Just if you want to play this crazy D chord, it's just a bar on the 7th fret. It's kind of like this. You know, basically when we were looking at bar chords, we looked at this shape. So you're basically playing like a D. That chord. Because you're doing it up here. So you can do that little. Anyway, just thought I'd show you that for fun. But here's where the song actually starts with just plain old G. So after the hey, where did we go? Days when the rains came down by the hollow, playing a new game. So the first couple of lines, he's just playing plain old G. Now, I'm using the alternate fingering of G for a reason, and that's because I want to be able to get to this version of C, which is the version we call G over C. So it's like this version of C where we dropped our little finger down on this 3rd fret of the 1st string, and we move our ring finger to play on this G note. So we're going from here to here. So our ring finger's now on the 6th string, 3rd fret, and we're kind of letting the ring finger also mute the A string because it's not a part of the chord at that point. So if you listen there, it's not sounding. but it gives you this G over C sound. Hey, where did we go? And we want to do that because it's really nice to hear this note ringing through those two chords. Hey, where did we go? Okay. Hey, where did we go? Days when the rain came. Now, I'm doing a little embellishment there, a real simple one. I'm just lifting my middle finger up and letting the open E string bullet sound. That's actually technically a D sus 2 chord. We don't care, it's just lift up your finger. Down by the hollow, playing a new game. Now, one thing I want to tell you is that a lot of people, when they play this song, whenever they play D, they play a D7. If you listen carefully to the record, the guy playing the acoustic guitar is playing plain D, usually. And it's the electric guitar fills that are giving you this sound. But if you want to use your guitar, your acoustic guitar, to approximate what you're hearing more on the record, go ahead and feel free to play that D7 there. Otherwise, it's the same little embellishment. And when I'm playing the song, I generally just kind of swap back and forth because both chords sound equally good to me. Laughing and they're running, hey, hey, skipping and they're jumping. There's the 7th. In the misty morning fog, our hearts are thumping, 7th chord, with you. So that's the first new chord in a long time. That's just plain old C. D, little embellishment. Then G, da, 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 da. So we go from G, we walk down to that E. That's the relative minor of G. Remember you learned that earlier. Da, 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 da. Back to C. You're my brown-eyed girl. Turn around on the D. In the record, there's like a, at that point, at the turnaround. So you don't want to try that. It doesn't fit the acoustic guitar part out. But when you hear that, it makes you realize, why it, or what was making that kind of Jamaican feel. And it's little fills like that that provide that island kind of feel to the song. The second verse is just like the first verse. Whatever happened to Tuesday so slow, going down the old mine with a transistor radio, standing in the sunlight laughing, hiding beneath a rainbow's wall, slipping and a sliding along the waterfall with you, my brown-eyed girl, da da ba ba ba. Then he kind of suspends the action here to do this little kind of bridge. Do you remember when we used to, just a D chord. Do you remember when we used to sing sha la 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 di da, sha la 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 di da, la di da. Dun, da, da, do, 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 do. So that's a little kind of instrumental part, and then the verse starts this again. So hard to find my way now that I'm on my own. Saw you just the other day, my, you have grown. All the same. You, brown-eyed girl, you're my brown-eyed girl. Do you remember when fades out. So that's Brown Eyed Girl, kind of just a strumming version of it. There's some nice little instrumental parts that you'll hear in the record version of it. And if you go to our play-along track, we've added some of those fills so that you can kind of recreate the record a little closer. But it's just a fun song to play. It's a fun song to sing, and I hope you enjoy Brown Eyed Girl.